Pod stop. Wait. I mean, start.
You're tall, but I'm standing in front of you.
It's a podcast.
Okay, so we're here to talk about a number of things, Ethan. You're tall, but I'm standing in front of you. The podcast where two friends circling the drain of academia examine the cultural detritus of the 20th century. But
Wow.
we are, just so the listener knows, we are recording this immediately, and I mean immediately before the vice presidential debate that I believe you will be watching. Is that true?
Yeah.
I will be doing whatever the opposite of that is.
I haven't decided who I want to go for vice president. So
Yeah. I mean, I'm voting Trump for president, obviously.
yeah, but who goes
I haven't
on
decided about VP yet.
Yeah.
I was actually, I'm like, I'm considering Kamala because I
Oh,
think
wow.
that would be interesting.
You know, it'd be funnier, but Biden would be funnier for VP.
Oh yeah, maybe I'll write in Joe Biden for president.
Yeah.
But before, so I do want to set just some predictions
Oh, okay.
for you, because you've been following the race closely.
Oh, yeah.
As I get my my vape warmed up here. Let's just get that on the mic. So, Ethan, set for me the over under, and then we'll each pick, where we're gonna put it on how many racial slurs will be invented during the debate tonight. Where do you want to set the over under?
Yeah, that's a great question. The thing is, it's
God, I think my vape is out of batteries. What a stupid century we live in. My drugs are out of batteries.
Wow.
Right,
you know what? We need a Megalopolis to get us out of this jam.
Oh, spoiler alert. Yeah. Well, we'll get into that, but where are you setting the over under?
Yeah, okay, yeah, no, sure. I think there's a high probability, but it's I don't know if they'll be new. I think he may go archaic, honestly.
So
put
how
that
about we do this?
Princeton degree.
How about we do this? Total number, but new ones count for 2.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Only if he says it multiple times, so total number of times. But the first utterance of a newly invented slur counts for 2. Where would you set the over under in that case?
How long are these debates?
I don't know. It's like an hour or something.
So what are we thinking? Like 1 a minute?
It's almost impossible to find any information about any of this stuff because we live in hell. You try to look it up, it's all paywalled. It's like paywalled to find out when the debate is.
My favorite was that you were able to watch the ABC debate, the presidential debate on Disney Plus. That was just icing on the cake for me.
Did they do a thing where it was like, do you remember when they did that football game last season that was like Toy Story themed? They should have done like the VP debate, but it's like,
it's like so good.
Trump is like, I don't know, Beast from Beauty and the Beast, and or whatnot, or it's Buzz
Who's
versus
Kamala,
Woody.
Devin? Who's Kamala?
I'm
Say it quick on your feet.
I'm not gonna answer that question. Um, I guess like I mean maybe she could be the guy in like the red outfit in Beauty and the Beast that like drinks the like egg yolks, you know what I'm talking about?
I do not know what you're talking
Like the
about.
hunter guy or whatever, like the
Oh,
brawny dude.
Gaston?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. Oh, I know. Okay, I see now. Okay.
Yeah, well, because I didn't want to just name like a woman, like a princess, because that felt like demeaning. But I also didn't want to name, I didn't want her to be Beast, because that seems like, fucked up. And really, like, I mean, Trump should be the snowman from Frozen.
Was it Olaf or something?
Olaf, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So anyway,
Anyways,
we
yeah.
still don't have a clear number on this over under, but that's okay. But you'll let us know. You'll report back, I'm sure. Let us know who wins the debate, and more importantly,
Mhm.
who wins your vote.
Yeah, that's important. That's
Yeah,
it all comes down to
especially
this.
in Washington,
Yes.
like the state of Washington. Like
Yeah.
I living in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania doesn't it doesn't really matter who I vote for. I can have fun. I like write in different characters, because I vote a few times throughout the day, and I you
Yeah.
know
Well,
spice it up.
it is the sum of all that you can do and should do. So the more
Yeah,
you do, vote early and often. That's what they say. Um,
absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah, grow the beard in for election day, vote once, then
yeah,
if you're careful with it, you can get like from a full beard
yeah.
to going all, with steps in between all the way down to clean shaven, you can get at least like 4 or 5 votes in if you get creative with the combinations.
Yeah, it's doubly impressive given that Washington is a completely mail-in ballot state. But you have to do the beard. You have to have the whole persona, even if you're mailing in just multiple ballots. You just
Oh, I
keep
didn't know
asking
that.
for more ballot. Yeah, no, I'm sure there's a way
So
you
it's
can do it in
only
person, but
way mail in.
I'm sure there's a way you can do it the day of. But
Yeah, so that explains
yeah,
why you like get all those like progressive politicians and those different like sort of progressive uh referendums passed. It's
yeah.
all
Well,
just fake and made up.
Well, that's the one. We've got one on the ballot this year around like should we not do carbon credits taxes? Should we get rid of those? Because it's killing businesses.
Mm. I love how like it's like climate folks, like especially people who work on like environmental humanities kind of shit or like whatever, um
Yeah,
have spent years of their lives like trying to point out how like carbon credits are like a completely insufficient way of
yeah,
handling climate change and like not nearly enough. And then because we live in hell, we're
yeah,
then put in the position of being like, oh my god, though, like please protect the carbon credit tax.
yeah. Like that's the sum of like that is the radical position is doing the dumb thing, like doing
Yeah.
the bare minimum that doesn't actually solve the problem. Um, which also that maybe I'll get your opinion on this because the actual representative from where I'm at is a Republican, but he's up against another Republican because he's one of the Republicans that voted to impeach Trump. So the question is, do
Oh.
you vote for him or do you vote for like every day I go past the enormous sign that's like Trump endorsed for the other guy who would certainly not be
Uh-huh.
better, but
Yeah. Well, but
yeah. So I'm
I'm
voting
a
for the
little
Communist Party.
yeah, yeah. Because I was
They'll
gonna say I'm a little confused because like it seems like the question is like, who do I vote for? This other guy or the guy Trump told me to vote for, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so like I mean, the answer's kind of there, right? You just like do what he tells you to. Like I don't know why we're questioning him.
Yeah, that's a good
We
point.
haven't up to this point. But speaking of great men that have never made a mistake in their lives, Francis Ford Coppola,
Yeah.
the box office question mark? Maybe not. Let's take a look at those numbers here.
Oh no.
So it's Megalopolis, folks. We watched
Megalopolis.
Megalopolis. We went to the movie theaters. I guess that is true. Theaters, because we did see
Yeah,
it at the same time. Did Katie go with you, Ethan, or did you go in
she did.
solo?
Katie went with me, so I don't know how long it takes to process divorce papers, but
Yeah,
uh,
yeah.
I did drag her along for this.
Nice. Yeah, so I also brought my cue the sound effect girlfriend.
Whoa!
Holy cannoli.
Whoa! Whoa!
Hello, girlfriend. You're I think listening to this probably. I won't reveal your identity, but I know you were like, "What the fuck is this?" and why was I taken here?
Yeah, it's a
And
normal
and
human reaction to this film.
yeah,
Go on.
and we're gonna get into this very soon about
Sure.
what the hell we're talking about. But I think it would be inappropriate for us to get to the point too quickly on an episode about Megalopolis. Because right, this is the movie that Francis Ford Coppola has been threatening to make since the 1980s. That he sold at least some of his winery
Wow.
to make. So, like, if you've ever bought one of those Francis Ford Coppola bottles, or if more likely your parents have ever bought one of those Francis Ford Coppola bottles, they're in a way a producer of this film, an investor in this film.
It's a great
Um,
point.
this is the what Chinese democracy of
Oh,
movies, right?
good callback. Yeah.
Like, uh, and it's quite similar
Duke
in
Nukem
that
forever.
yes, yes, and it was a joke for decades.
Mm-hmm.
And then it comes out, and everyone's like, "All right, okay."
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but this movie cost $120 million
Mm-hmm.
of wine money. Ethan, before we just get into this film and what it is,
Mm-hmm.
how much money do you think it's made so far? It is October 1st when we're recording this. The film's been out since September 27th.
5 million.
Oh, basically right on the money. 4.9 is what we're looking at right now.
I've still got it. Okay.
Not looking too good for Mr. Coppola, but
Yeah.
luckily it doesn't matter because I don't really think he cares. And so let's get into it. What the fuck was Megalopolis?
I don't. Are you? Is that a rhetorical question?
I think it's an opportunity for you to tell us what Megalopolis means to you.
Wow. Well, one thing that I'm hoping we could do at some point is I'm very curious what Megalopolis meant to the various actors in Megalopolis because I have a feeling it meant something very different to some of the different actors.
Yeah, so I am
Um,
told I am told that there was some quote in the Wikipedia page. One second. Because of course John Voight is in this film.
yep. Mm-hmm.
Right? So if you know anything about John Voight, you know that like the fact that he's in a movie that isn't like seem like it was fakely made with like Russian money to like uh you would be a little surprised. He's an
Yeah.
extreme right winger, right? Um But Coppola says that he cast actors with different political beliefs to avoid accusations of the film being a didactic, woke Hollywood production.
Wow. Good save.
Yeah, because this is
Okay.
this was the concern, right? That like we'd all be coming home from Megalopolis, uh, like that shit was some woke garbage.
So fucking woke.
Oh man, wokest movie I've ever seen. But so it's
Yeah.
Megalopolis. It's a movie. We've seen it. You've seen tweets about it. It's sweeping the nation. I don't think we need to give a plot summary of it. But
Hmm.
what would you say, Ethan? Like, if, just to be very brief, what
Yeah.
is this a movie about? Would you say?
It's about a guy who's trying to build a thing. Uh, and
Yes.
people keep trying to stop him because they're haters. Um, but he's gonna persevere to build the thing despite the haters.
Yeah, and that thing is Megalopolis. So
Yeah.
basically, the film Megalopolis is about Francis Ford Coppola making Megalopolis.
I think that's fair. I think that's
He's like,
fair.
and then also he has the power to stop time. And he doesn't really use it to do anything. There's
Yeah.
literally there's a part of this movie where like a meteor lands on like it's called New Rome, but it's fucking New York. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
call it New York. I refuse to
Yeah.
participate in it. I can't believe how much money was spent making like fake NYPD
New Rome
decals that said New Rome.
Oh.
Were you thinking in the theater when the meteors start coming down on New Rome City? Are you thinking like now this is it? This is when Caesar Catalina, and we'll get into him in just a second, is going to use his time stop powers
Oh
and
wow.
like stop the
Yeah.
asteroids?
So I didn't think that at that time. I thought it was when he was getting shot in the head that he would use
Another great time to use it. Like it's
Yeah.
there are many things that happen in this movie where you would be like, that would be if you could stop time, that would really help right now.
Yeah.
There's literally like a projectile heading towards something.
Yeah.
But he does use it to like get a girlfriend, I guess.
Mhm.
But so yeah, so Adam Driver is Caesar Catalina. He's an architect. He has this mysterious material named Megalon. Is that correct?
Yes.
And he wants to make this like implied utopian city called Megalopolis. And it's like, how would you describe Megalopolis, Ethan? Like when we eventually see it.
It is, I think, pretty accurately described as it's the underground walkway at O'Hare International Airport.
Yeah.
That's essentially his utopian
Yeah.
thing he builds.
Yeah, there's moving walkways and also you could like get in bubbles like and move around. And it just kind of looks like, I don't know, it just kind of looks like CGI. And what I mean when I say it looks like CGI, I don't mean like it looks like it was made with CGI, although it does. But I mean it looks like what CGI is made of. Do you know what I mean? Like the way a house is made of like wood and bricks, it's like CGI, it's this pure just like digital shapes. Thing. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. And I guess
Like
the
if you
major...
saw that in real life, you'd be like, "Oh, they made a CGI city."
Yeah.
But like you would have said this in like 2001 because you'd be thinking
Right.
of like PlayStation 2 level graphics.
Right. It's like when you see like the sphere in Las Vegas. You're like, that looks
It is
off.
about the sphere, isn't it? It's about a guy trying to build the sphere
Yeah.
and saying this is going to help everybody.
Yeah, and the main ways that it's going to help everyone is the moving walkways are huge. You have you can get
Really?
anywhere in 5. It's a walkable city, I guess. That's number 1.
There's
and
no
number
cars, I guess that's
there's-
true.
I guess. But like you also just have a walkable city. You don't need all these the walkways are also very not fast. But the second thing is that like the houses can get bigger if you need them to be bigger. I guess like if you're having children or something. Those are the two discernible traits I can identify about Megalopolis, the project.
The walkway is so funny because it literally is just like if the O'Hare walkway was made of light or something, right?
Yeah.
But like everybody, it actually is like the main thing that people like interact with when he's like showing them Megalopolis. He's like, there you go. And it's like people act like they're seeing God when they're like, wait, I can step on this thing and I can move a little bit forward. And it's also, incredibly slow, as in the scene at the end when like fake Eric Adams is like his wife is just like gets on it and is like, come along with me, come along. And he takes like 17 minutes to make a decision to get on the walkway, by which point his wife is still within like arm's reach of him, because like he's old at this point. He is not spry, and he just like steps right on there. and it's about all the people that are around this situation. And you've got a
Hmm.
few of them, right? You've got John Voight is like a banker, uh, and then he has a bunch of kids, most notably Shia LaBeouf, who I didn't realize was Shia LaBeouf for a
Mm.
long time, because he shaves his eyebrows. Also, is this the first time we've done a Shia LaBeouf movie on the podcast?
Oh wow, I
Our
think it
original
is.
rating system. Well, man, we've got
Wow.
to. Okay, we're rating Megalopolis in terms of Shia LaBeouf's. We're bringing
Yeah.
it out of retirement for this
Okay.
one, which is good because I can't remember what rating system we're using currently because
Oh
we
wow.
haven't recorded in like a month. Um, Giancarlo Esposito is like the mayor, and like, did you feel like it was an intentional Eric Adams impression?
I didn't get that. I thought he
Oh,
was doing
really?
like it was like a 30s, 1920s, 1930s like New York, but like a
Man,
film about New York in that era. I don't know. I
okay,
don't know what he
maybe
was
I'm
doing.
overcoding it because like I did see this like on the day
Oh,
Adams was indicted or whatever, but
right.
like all I'm seeing every time he talks was like the video of like such as a crack pipe or whatever, something as simple as a crack pipe, He
Yeah.
talks about what the popular knapsack with many locations, which
I
that's
guess.
kind of what Megalopolis is, isn't it? It's like a popular knapsack with many locations.
Wow. Very apt description. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and I guess the Giancarlo Esposito's character, like the mayor, just mostly like gets owned throughout the film.
Yeah. And then did
There's
you
the
have a
yeah.
could you tell what his like politics were? Because I know he's against Catalina. Like Catalina wants to build Megalopolis, and Eric Adams. Uh, it appeared to me that his politics were like, no. Instead, we should spend that money on like schools.
Yeah.
Did you have a different sense of it?
Yeah, it doesn't make a lot of sense, and I don't know if you're looking at the Wikipedia where he's described as an arch conservative mayor, but
Yeah, no,
I
I read that, and I was like, I didn't really actually get that vibe. It's like
no.
I think the film wants to. I don't know if it's the film trying to be like, oh, he's lying when he said, like, he's just saying fund the schools the way politicians say fund the schools. But, like, to be clear, like, the appropriate leftist position would be defund Megalopolis and
Yeah,
put that money into the schools.
right.
Like,
I
that's
think
like the
that's
DSA platform on
yeah, I guess
Megalopolis, right?
the two times they mention actual policy is one in the beginning. He's like, let's build a casino in this place.
Oh, he does want to build a casino. Okay, so I guess
Uh,
he is. I guess the school stuff is bullshit then, huh?
well, but then it is later when he's like, we should be focusing on the now because like people are living right now. Because Adam Driver's character is like the future, and he's like, okay,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
and
he's
you
like,
get a
we
clear
need to have a
sense,
conversation about the future.
yeah, because things don't seem to be going well for a lot of people that actually live in this city of
Yeah.
New Rome.
And it's
So he
it's
maybe
hard
has a
to
point.
tell because like all the scenes of New York, or I'm sorry, New Rome, look like incredibly fucked up and dystopian and decadent. And but then the other thing is you are watching Megalopolis. You know what I mean? So it's hard to know to what extent just anything that's depicted in Megalopolis look like hell, as it were, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because the thing I want to harp on with this movie, because here's the thing, shit happens. Megalopolis is like this vague metaphor for utopia, right? Because he's like, it's not about answers, it's about asking the right questions, which I actually do like some of that. And it does seem to be like it's this we need to be thinking about the future thing.
Uh-huh.
And then he like gets a wife, he has a kid. He does it eventually. He gets like shot though. There's a lot of chicanery, but then like John Voight kills the one kills Aubrey Plaza.
What do you
Shia
think
LaBeouf
of this
gets killed.
boner?
Oh, yeah, he says he pretends he has a huge boner, and then it turns out to be a bow and arrow that he's incredibly good at. This
Yeah.
like little tiny bow and arrow that he's like a complete deadly crack shot with.
Yeah. Wow.
And then it ends with like the family, right? It ends with an image of the family.
Yeah.
So that's like broad. We don't need to go through it in order, but now I think like we can get into just what the fuck this thing was like what it was like watching this thing. So why
Yeah.
don't you start? Like, what did you come away thinking about this overall?
That's I don't know that I can tell you overall what I thought thinking about it, because there's so many distinct pieces to this film that I don't know cohere with one another. So, um, there were certain scenes that I thought were super interesting, like when they're in the gritty underworld of New Rome with like the statues that are moving
Oh, I
about,
loved that
and
part. Yeah,
yeah,
that part actually looked really good.
that looked cool. That was
Because was
great.
that like actual people in costumes that were then being overlaid with the images of the cities to make them look big, or were they
Oh,
CGI
maybe.
people?
Huh. I don't know. Couldn't tell
Because
you.
I kind of thought it was the former when I was watching it live, and I was like, oh, that's really cool. But
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that. But that like scenes like that I thought were interesting. I guess when Adam's Driver's character gets drunk and high, I thought some of the visuals there were interesting. I thought some of the other scenes, there's that Vesta Sweetwater character who
oh
sings a
yeah,
song.
there's like this it's a song about virginity.
Yeah.
And she's
Yeah.
like a virgin because she's supposedly 26.
But then Claudio deep faked her like getting caught having sex with Caesar
Yeah,
and
which
put that video up on the
yeah,
screen. That caused
it's
a
bad for
whole
everybody because her whole
yeah.
brand is destroyed.
Yeah.
But then this was so weird, right? Because it would have been enough, I guess. One thing, just don't do that, maybe. But like, if you end up in this situation, right?
Yeah.
And you need something like this to happen, it would have, I guess, been enough to just be like, oh, the video's fake.
Yeah.
But it's not just that the video's fake. It's like the first revelation is like, oh, she's actually like 26
Right.
and not 16. So like he didn't have sex with a minor, actually. And
Yeah.
then, but you spend all this time being like, but wait, like, if he thought she was a minor, even if she wasn't, he's still like morally
uh,
committed a crime. You know, even if he gets off the
yes.
legal charges because he didn't literally do it, like that's bad. That
Yes.
he thought someone was 16 and wanted to have sex with him. But then it's like on top of that, it's almost like someone pointed that out to him during the scene, and then like
Mhm.
there's like just an additional line like sometime after that that's like mentions that the video was fake. It's just like he's exonerated. The video was a fraud, and
Yeah.
you're kind of just like, did he just kind of be like, okay, I put that in, so it's also that the video
I
was like doctored.
I was reading the screenplay of Megalopolis, and it seems like the crime scene part is bigger in the screenplay. So maybe they just condensed some of that stuff, but it was
Okay, so
very
there's like
strange.
there's another version where we have like a 30-minute Law and Order episode about
Yeah.
exonerating Adam Driver from like statutory rape.
Yeah, because aren't they're also like she's from Indonesia. And it's like,
Oh yeah, it turns out she
What
was
are we
born in Indonesia. That's
what
like
are
why
we
her. And to be clear, she's like a blonde white woman.
what are we
And then
doing
she
here?
rebrands herself as
Yes.
like a punkish rebel figure. And when I say
Uh-huh.
that, it probably sounds to someone who doesn't watch the film like that's like there are scenes about that, like you see that happening in plot. And what actually happens is you just kind of like hard cut to her in the like punkish persona, and then you just
Yeah.
like see her singing for a bit, and then you move on. But you're kind of
That's it
left
for
to
her in the film.
surmise that like, oh, just like I like how he was like, oh, I can't leave the viewers with this hanging plot thread of what happened to the pop idol.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, it
Yeah.
sounds like you had a somewhat like uneven experience of Megalopolis.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like the let me ask you this. Caesar Catalina. What sort of
Which you and I are
flaw
big Step Brothers fans. And like, were you just
Catalina
hearing the
wine.
Caesar Catalina wine mixer every
Yeah.
time they said it?
Absolutely. Um, but like, what would you say he has any character flaws, or he's accused of a lot of things of which he's innocent of, which
Adam
is
Driver.
interesting. Yeah, Adam Driver's character.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's not, you can't talk about him like he's a character, right? Because he has no actual interiority. He doesn't have a personality. He
No.
is purely an avatar for like Coppola's thinking about his like ideal self, right?
Yes.
So the
Yeah.
reason, like, it seems to me that like he gets accused of, for example, inappropriate sexual conduct with a 16-year-old girl is because Coppola himself is doing this and
Yes.
he's being credibly accused, which we should note, including like on the set to this movie, right?
Yep.
Um, and he is suing the people that like accused him right now, last I checked, right? And so
Mm-hmm.
like this has to happen to Caesar because it's like Coppola being like, not being like I'm a guy who does things, but like in my head I am just like this perfect Emersonian mind, right?
Yes. And
uh
and and how do we know that? Well, because he says that.
yeah, well, that's the other thing. The reason he says that is because like he needs him to say that because he can't just think it, because again the character has no interiority. The character is only what he does and says, right?
Yeah.
And so it's like he is speaking this imagined idea of himself that Coppola has into being.
Yep.
So, like,
What'd you
is he a
think?
good person? I don't know.
Yeah.
What did I think? I loved it. I'm not gonna lie. I loved it. And it's like, what does that mean, right? That's kind of the question. Like, and people have like, there's been a lot of good tweets I've seen that are joking about this, and it's like, someone asks you, is Megalopolis good or bad? And you're like, what did good and bad even mean, right? But it is like, it's not a movie that makes any sense in a certain level. I mean, it kind of just makes sense on a. I do think like to the extent the plot exists, it's just like the things that happen, right? But
Yeah.
it is presented in such a strange way, visually, with so many like completely strange decisions, from like the like really like odd use of CGI to like these actually like really kind of like amazing old school, like this guy's like a pro new Hollywood director tricks, you know?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That it was like at any given moment it was like the stupidest shit I'd ever seen, or like just like truly brilliant cinema, like that you don't often see anymore, right?
Sure.
Um and so and I think that is because, right, it is just sort of like the phantasmatic journey inside the mind of Francis Ford Coppola. And the mind of Francis Ford Coppola is like simultaneously the mind that is capable of creating some of the greatest films of all time. Arguably some of the greatest works of art of the 20th century, right? But then also is like no different from any other boomer MSNBC watchers completely rotted shell of a brain. So it's like, what happens when like your dad's opinions are given Francis Ford Coppola as like artistic avatar?
Yeah. I sort of feel like this is, of any film we've seen, maybe the most cultural detritus of the 20th century.
That is so right. It's so right. It's kind of like if you just kind of took our podcast and concentrated it into a diamond, right? It would be Megalopolis. Like all the matters with which we concern ourselves, not so much our content about it, right?
Yeah. It's like when people ask me, "Oh, like what's your podcast about?" My answer is Megalopolis.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
people respond
You
to
just
it
like
much of
open
the
your
way.
mouth,
Yeah.
and Megalopolis is literally just like projected
Yeah, and
onto the
people
nearest surface.
respond in the way as they did with this film when I explained that. So yeah.
Yeah. Because we're seeing kind of like the last statement of the boomer generation in some way in this film, which is that
Hmm.
like, whatever happened happened. Don't worry about that. But like, and do I have any answers for you? Absolutely not. Do I have any ideas? No, because the utopia in this movie is purely a utopia of the will, right? It's a utopia because he says it's a utopia, because he says it's going to be great. And then when you look at it, you're like, you have no ideas. You have no ideas of what this would look like. And he even says, like, it's not an answer, it's about asking the right questions. And essentially, those questions are just like, huh? It's like the end of every shitty academic monograph that's just like, and here's what we should do about it. And it's just like, dude, it's this book's about like 19th century poetry. Like, calm down.
Yeah, man, it's I think that's spot on. And man, yeah, it's sort of saying that it's also saying, I think, the boomers are above reproach, essentially. Like, all
Yes.
these
Yeah.
haters
Yeah.
saying all these things, but it's always bullshit. Actually, we are creating a great new future
Yeah.
that we are bestowing unto you, our children. And now it's your responsibility to to take that torch from us and carry it into the
Yes.
future yourself. But what is the torch? What is the torch
Yeah,
that
there's
he's
no.
passing?
Yeah, yeah. It's like he says that, and then he hasn't even given you like an unlit torch and like a match or something to light it with. He's given you like seeds you could use to plant a tree to like get wood that you could craft into a torch,
Yeah.
and then maybe like rub two sticks together fast enough. You know, like,
Yeah. Yeah. Oh.
But the thing is, I think you're entirely right. And I do
Uh-huh.
think, like, to be clear, when I say I think this movie's good, I do not think this movie is ideologically good.
Okay.
Although I don't necessarily think it's as bad as some people have said. We can talk about this, but I don't
Yeah.
think it's Randian. I think it's stupid. But everything Randian is stupid, but not everything stupid is Randian. Um, but it's not that I think this movie is like ideologically good. It's that that ideology that you just expressed is unfortunately, this is not a good thing, but it is the case that that is a very important ideology in our world, because like that is in some ways the logic of our world, which is causing these lingering institutions that do not actually care of the world beyond themselves to use it all up, right? So to speak,
Hmm.
literally and figuratively, right?
Yeah.
And just like simultaneously just like pretend that that a future has been left to this generation, right? That it isn't that we
Hmm.
like completely destroyed the future, right? It's like, hey, I fucked everything up and did everything wrong, but at the end of the day I'm giving you the future. And it's like, no, like if time had just passed, that would have happened anyway. Just because you're around here and time's moving forward doesn't mean you gave us the future, right?
Uh-huh.
But that's all to say, it is just that is an important ideology in our world,
Yes.
pragmatically, right?
Yeah.
And this is the most honest artistic expression of it, because it isn't conformed into some kind of like narrative that like is at all conventional and like gives it kind of ideological expression. And there's no sugar in the spoon to make the medicine go down. It's not just like, oh, here's a story, here's a coming of age tale that kind of
Hmm.
maps onto those ideas. It's like, no, what if I made like a borderline avant-garde movie that was about yelling this at you and giving it to you on the purest level of like image. And I think it's kind of amazing in that. Like I think it's kind of amazing and horrifying, but we've never seen, it's like seeing the real with a capital R of a boomer's brain, rather
Yes.
than like the version that's been filtered through like all the like cultural codes through which they express these opinions. It's the pure shit.
Yeah. Well, I messaged you when I was going in because I almost walked into the wrong theater. I almost walked into a screening of Reagan. Um, But really, like Megalopolis to me seems almost like a perfect bookend on a film like Reagan, where like as the synapses are trying to draw trying to draw those connections and no longer can. Like what is the last image
Yes.
that the Reagan generation will be viewing? Well, it's Megalopolis.
Absolutely. Like absolutely true. Like you should actually watch Reagan and Megalopolis simultaneously on
Double
two
feature.
screens because it's like here's what's happening and then here's what's happening inside everyone's brain. like like that's this is what the boomer thinks they're doing, right?
Yeah.
The boomer, and there's a reason he's an architect and not like a fucking builder, right? It's like he's like, I gave you the plans. And then it's like, what are the plans? Don't worry about it. I gave you the plans. Execute. Put this stuff together. And they're all like you drove like a smiley face on a piece of graph paper. He's like, exactly, you're welcome.
Yeah, there's like literally a scene where Julia Cicero walks into his secret back room that he lets her in, and he has, I guess, his model of Megalopolis, which is a bunch of random shit like tires and buckets. And she's like, "What the fuck is this?" And he's just like, "Close your eyes and walk through it." And as she does that, she's like, "Wow, it's incredible!" It's
Oh yeah, this fucking rules.
yeah, she's like, "I
Walking
get
around
it.
your trash.
I get it." Oh,
Which is kind of like it's like being on the academic job market, right? Uh, navigating everyone else's fucking trash.
yeah. Well, and
Man,
this idea though that like actually it's incredible. Just ignore the evidence before your eyes, and
yes,
you will
exactly.
understand that
Yeah.
it's actually
Yeah.
pretty fucking
Because we
amazing.
get the sense that like there's urban unrest, right? There's a lot of like poor people being displaced onto the streets. There's like these violent mobs, right? Da, da, da. And we get the sense that like, shit is bad. And then like Caesar Catalina kind of enters in as this hero, right? To be
Yeah.
like, I'm going to do something. I'm going to make the city better. And what he does is just sort of like it's completely apolitical in a sense, right? It's like this purely formal gesture of like think about the future. But it doesn't have any like political content. But I think this is interesting, and I think this is kind of what's not exactly Randian about it, right? Because like it's not I don't feel like it's just straight up like, oh, society drags down geniuses and like they should just be allowed to do what they'll do because it'll be perfect and like fuck the masses or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like his utopia is this thing where it's like it doesn't have an answer, right? He's like you need to all be participating in our thinking about the future. And now that is a like completely like empty gesture in a way, but I do think it's distinct from a Randian one. Like I think there is this like weird optimism about like everyone coming together that
Yeah.
is not very Randian to me. But I wonder what you think about that.
No, I don't think it's Randian. I do think that Adam Driver's character is as a stand-in for, Francis Ford Coppola's uh inner self-image is pretty doesn't have a whole lot of faults as a character, but I think of that in comparison to Shia LaBeouf's character Claudio. They have a whole thing at one point where they're talking about how like Shia LaBeouf's like, I have all the same components as you, but it's just arranged in a different way. And they're trying to do like it's a yin and yang thing that they're talking about. And so it's sort of this idea that like some of these people, and we're only concerned really in this film about like the elites of New Rome. I don't know that there's any, the
Yeah, we
only,
just see mobs. It's just
yeah,
mobs. Like
yeah.
no poor people are characters.
Yeah, there's just like
Or
hilariously at
even
one point,
non-elite people.
yeah, you have the like marching band and the one guy runs off and then I guess they say hey, where did so and so go? He went that way. Well, let's go this other way. And then they leave. Do you remember
Oh
that?
yeah, I forgot about. Oh
Yeah.
man, that feels like a completely different movie. It's like so
Yeah.
hard to keep all these components straight. And where
So
does the guy get
yeah.
lured off to? Like the one guy gets
I
lured
cannot
off.
recall. I think
Oh
later
man.
they show him like trying to sell his jacket, so maybe
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Vice is bad, and there's this general theme of like populism is bad, but again, it doesn't have a whole lot to say about like the form of populism, or
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
just uses like random uh lines. Claudio runs about saying like
Yeah. Yeah,
you know,
because it's not even
down with
clear
the
what anyone's
power.
politics are, right? It's just
Mhm.
that like it seems to be it's like, oh, like any movement that's seeking to like rabble rouse is bad because like the person doing it is always just kind of doing it for their own self-interest, right? Is sort of the it seems the thing. Now, what is the actual distinction between that and what Caesar Catalina is doing beyond just sort of like the aesthetics of it, like the kind of yelling into a megaphone versus the like we need to think about the future? I'm not sure. I guess like he doesn't like the violence of it. He doesn't like the confrontational nature of it. Is that it?
Maybe.
But and I want to talk about maybe some of just the individual performances in the movie. But
Yeah.
first, I actually just want to talk about how the movie ends, because this is insane. So for one, the movie ends with like so Lawrence Fishburne reads all the title cards in the movie, and then is also like Adam Driver's driver. He's the
Mm-hmm.
he's the Adam Driver driver, and um it ends with him reading a like pledge of allegiance but like to the entire human race, right? So it's I pledge allegiance to our human family and to all the species that we protect, one earth, indivisible, with long life, education, and justice for all.
Cool.
So on one level, right, this is like a very like pure and like really retro vision of utopia, right? It's like the like Star Trek 60s vision of right like oh one world uniting kind of new world order kind of vibe, right? Of like everyone
Yeah.
coming together, right? Like very idealistic, right? And then
Yeah.
it ends with uh like the family kind of posing and they've got a baby now and they put the baby on this carpet. Do you remember that? Like they put a
Yeah.
little car and like the camera's like under it kind of so you can like see
Yeah.
the carpet and then the
I'm
baby.
I'm gonna be real with you, dude. I thought the carpet was about to start flying.
Oh
I
man,
thought,
everybody did because it looks
okay.
like they're putting him on like a little on a little magic carpet to ride
Yeah,
off on.
I know.
But then Adam Driver says like time stop and everybody stops except for the baby.
Yeah.
I think this is supposed to be kind of like a utopian image, also. Like, oh, look at the family. The child is the future, just really like basic shit.
Mm-hmm.
But I found this to be a profoundly dystopian image. Because, like, in my head, I'm like, they're all frozen. Adam Driver has also stopped. He can't unstop time. Because usually he stops time and he's still moving and everyone else is stopped, except for sometimes his wife isn't.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
But like I'm like that baby is going to be trapped in this like frozen moment of the present
Yeah.
for like eternity.
Good
And
point.
isn't that like such a potent image of our dystopia, which is that we continue to exist in a world pretending that it has the boomer future?
Mm.
And we keep being like, I don't mean to turn this into a generational thing because it's not like fucking our generation is unitedly doing fucking anything, but you know what I mean? Just like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
just so to speak. We're like, guys, like if we actually want to have a future, like the world has to change, right? And it's like, nope,
Mm-hmm.
nope. We're just gonna keep doing it, and
Yeah.
it'll all work out. Like things will just keep happening forever. You know what I mean? And we're
Yeah,
trapped in
no.
that hell, and live and die in it. But the baby is just like is the future itself, right? Which like the boomers have like taken complete control over.
Right. Yeah, and it's that you keep wondering like what why is he able to stop time? That doesn't seem to play into anything with the plot until that very end there. It's like his get out of jail free card. It's like, all right, I'm done. I built Megalopolis. I'm out. I don't
Yeah,
need to know what comes next. I don't need to see that like it actually works.
man. But can you
The
imagine like the like MC like if what if Caesar Catalina gets added to the MCU? I like. Can you imagine like the Avengers style fight scene where he keeps like you like going like time stop, like as bullets are about to hit him and stuff, you know?
Yeah, I look forward
Um,
to that.
because I mean that's also I think that's also an element of the boomer fantasy, right? Because the idea for someone like Coppola is like if only I could stop time, then I could
Mm.
solve the problem for you. It's not
Hmm.
that I don't know what to do. It's just like I'm not going to be around long enough to see this through.
Yeah, I mean, is the theme that he only stops time for himself in the beginning because I guess he's got to fall off a building, and then he realizes he can only stop time for him and his love interest. So
And that's
she
like how he
needs
knows he
him.
likes her, because
Yeah, and then like maybe he realizes that like he can stop time to benefit someone else, the baby. Is that what they're trying to say? It's like is it supposed to be a selfless act? I don't know.
and then like if you were to ask him, like, okay, like what if we did stop time for you? Just like tell us what you would do, because then that that would also be sufficient theoretically, right? If you figured it all out. But it's like no, you just kind of have to do it. Like I like it because the boomer solution is essentially just like, oh, don't worry, the institutions are all kind of working,
Yeah.
and just like it's kind of like, it's just kind of like a little tightrope walk, but you just got to kind of keep tweaking things and keep going and stuff. And it's like, in that case, they're not really in charge, right? Like capital's in charge. That's what's like the
Hmm.
engine of history. And they're just sort of like responding to it to try to maintain a equilibrium.
Mm-hmm.
Because like the only thing that's actually progressing is like the amount of wealth in the world, like and how concentrated at the top it gets.
Yeah. Uh, but the important thing is to don't succumb to populism because they've got a
Yes.
plan. They're building a megalopolis. And the solution to populism is just finish the megalopolis because everyone looked at it. He gave a little speech and they all started like clap. They're like, yeah, he did
Yeah.
it.
It's so circular because Megalopolis's only content is that it is utopia.
Yeah.
Like it just indexes utopia. So the film is constantly like, how do we get the utopia? And it's like, just let me build the utopia. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's real like if Megalopolis is the only solution to the ills of our society, why don't we just make all of society out of Megalopolis? It's like that kind of joke, but
Uh-huh.
as like an ideology. Like if they would just let me do it.
Yeah.
And I think it's really the we got a plan thing is a huge part of this, right? This is another manifestation of this idea of like everyone's always got a plan and everybody's working on it. And it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
There is no working on it. Like,
Yeah.
what amount of talking to the people doing genocide? Like, do you think just like 13 months in to an ever escalating genocidal multi front war, does like just chit chatting, suddenly the guys doing it are like, oh, well, man, that's a good point, though. The points you've
Yeah.
been making for the previous 13 months haven't compelled me, but like,
I was just bringing up the evergreen tweet to answer the question on everyone's minds. No, Joe Biden does not have a doctorate in foreign affairs. He's just that fucking good. That was from July 11th. Um, and things have
oh,
only
yeah. Yeah, what a
gotten
fucking genius.
yeah.
But I mean,
Yeah.
like speaking of Joe Biden, right? It's like we are all locked in Joe Biden's vision of the future.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, Joe Biden's vision of the future is also, in addition to being bad, is also incorrect.
Yeah.
And so we end up with an even worse one because of this insistence that we are living in a different one, so to speak, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But this is Megalopolis, folks, and this is what it's all about. So maybe to get back to the movie a little bit, we could just
Okay.
quickly go through some of the big players because this movie's got some names, and we could just like very briefly like kind of check in on them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we talked about Adam Driver. I think we any final notes on Adam Driver? We didn't really talk about his performance or anything, like or
We can save
and
all
or
that. We can save all that to the end.
okay. So
Or
what
not.
about
It's fine. I don't.
Mayor Franklin Cicero, who at one point like says his name is Francis. Do you
That's
remember
the
that?
big reveal. It's like because they're
But
gonna
it's
name the
after
baby. What was it if it
yeah.
was a girl? It was gonna be called like
Sunny Hope,
Happy Sunny Hope. That was it.
which is funny.
And
It ends up being a girl.
yeah. And
But
if
they're
it's a
also
boy,
like, if it's a
Francis.
boy, it'll be Francis.
And
So
he's like,
they've already
Yeah.
told him that, and then later at the dinner, he's like, "My name is Francis.
I need to tell you something that
Not
I've never
Frank,
told anyone before.
not Franklin, not Frankifer, but Frank, as in Francis." Like, and it's like,
Yeah.
I think he knows, dude. I think that's why. I think they're naming the baby after you.
Yeah. He took that as like he needed to break up their relationship, I guess. That was
Yeah,
an
so he doesn't
interesting
want because
scene.
his daughter is what is it, Natalie Emmanuel? I'm not sure how to say Emmanuel plays his daughter, right, who becomes Adam Driver's wife.
Yeah.
And she starts as what? She's like a party girl, like a possibly queer, like drug doing, front of the tabloids,
Yeah, but
daughter of the mayor.
you get that indication that like she wants more. She's a smart cookie. She's interested in what's happening with this design authority. So she's
Yeah.
got
Oh,
that.
yeah. He works for the design authority. Also, we should establish that. And they wear little coats that say "Design Authority" on the
And that
back, which
feels
does
very
slap.
Marvel, doesn't it? Is that sort of
It did. Yeah.
Marvel-esque?
It was very Marvelish.
Yeah. But yeah,
Very
design
comic
authorities.
booky.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, so then she becomes like his love interest. She's originally kind of, I think, actually like spying on him, right? But then his
Mm.
ideas are just so compelling.
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
like what if you had a megalopolis?
Yeah. Well, and what if you ask the right questions? Like she starts asking her dad, "Why are you so mean to him?" He's actually he's got that big thinking going on.
Yeah.
So they fall in love and have a
Yeah.
baby.
They have a baby, and the mayor's like mad about it. But I guess kind of eventually is like, all right. Um,
He gets
Aubrey
on that
Plaza.
slowly moving platform
Yeah,
by
he
the
gets
end
on the
of the movie.
slowly moving platform, which at the end of the movie is really hitting like it's like a fucking conveyor belt to the slaughterhouse, Like we're just like shoveling off these aging politicians who we're never going to see again in the film.
Wow.
Aubrey Plaza is WoW Platinum. And
Yes.
so she's like like the like sexy journalist,
Yeah.
including like it's like her show is like it's like a sexualized show. Like it's not she's
Sure.
like some kind of like almost like reality TV star meets news person.
I'm curious your thoughts on her because for me, I am caught between whether she it was not well acted or whether she understood the assignment greater than perhaps any other actor in the film.
I think she really understood the assignment. I thought it was an
Okay.
amazing performance.
Okay.
It is like really dialed up, right?
Mhm.
But it's
Yeah.
like she is playing because like these are not characters, right? These are amalgamations through which Francis Ford Coppola sees the world, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like this is what uh Francis Ford Coppola sees when he sees a woman, like, for example, sitting and minding her own business somewhere, right? He's
Yeah.
like, God, what a sexual dynamo who is like trying to manipulate me with her sexual energy and also
Yeah.
probably wants all of my money.
Yes, exactly.
And so she tries to get all of his money.
Uh-huh.
And then she ends up getting she marries like John Voight and ends up getting crossbowed by
Yep.
him. So to expand, we've got John Voight as Hamilton Crassus III, who's like the head of the bank. Um, and Claudio is his son, right?
Yeah, I think son and also Caesar's cousin.
And Caesar's cousin. And so like he's the heir. And he's like got the shaved eyebrows and it's just like this weird decadent kind of like fail son essentially until Wow Platinum tries to kind of get him to help her take over the bank.
Yeah.
And he becomes like this populist kind of Trump-esque politician, I guess, is the idea.
I guess so. It's
And then he
so
ends up getting
vague.
strung up
Yeah,
at the
yeah.
end.
That was that were they doing a Mussolini? Was
I
that
think
an
that's the
homage?
idea.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's the idea. So what did you make out of Claudio and Crassus?
Uh I thought that Shia LaBeouf actually did a really good job of it's he really seemed to be playing it as, like this is New Rome and I'm the fail son that is set to inherit the empire essentially, but I just want more and so I'm conniving and I'm doing all this shit because I want what Caesar has, which is to be an infallibly successful guy with good ideas. And if you
And
have
that's
no
the
good
thing, like,
ideas, just go to the
yeah,
mob and tell them like, "Hey, you got to stop the elites." And
yeah. At first,
yeah,
I misheard you, and I thought you were saying like go to the mob, like go to the mafia, and I was like, wait, he goes to the mafia in this movie, and I was just like, I guess I forgot that part because
he
like
just
so
accepted.
much happens. I'm just like, oh yeah, like yeah, I'm sure, like yeah,
Yeah.
I remember when Shia LaBeouf like gets the mob involved. Um,
I mean, he has his sidekick, who it's not very
yeah, who
subtle.
plays
Like
him?
I think it's Balthazar
Oh,
Getty.
Balthazar Getty. Yeah,
And
of
yes,
course,
you read
from
that name
Lost
correctly.
Highway.
Yeah. So, um, he's not very like he has a black
Yeah,
sun tattoo on his forehead, so
yeah,
it's
the
not the most subtle
grandson of
thing.
J. Paul Getty.
Yep.
So that's interesting.
Uh-huh.
And then you've got some other people like Jason Schwartzman's in this, which he's Talia Shire, right? His sister plays
Hmm.
Caesar's mom. So that's a little weird. Like he casts his sister to play the mom of the character that's like expressing his ideology.
Yeah, I liked her. Uh,
It's
she
great to
just
have her
had all
back.
those had all those little asides like I killed your father, and then she just keeps talking and moving on. It's like, hold up. I liked
Yeah.
her scenes.
Yeah, and then there's a bunch of other people. Dustin Hoffman like dies off screen where they just like cut to like after the meteors have gone and they're like that's when Shia LaBeouf's doing the populist shit and somebody
Yeah.
says like this would never have happened if like Dustin Hoffman was still here. And I was like, wait, what was Dustin Hoffman? What did he even do? And like what would he have done in this situation?
Yeah.
And then it just like cuts to like a column falling on him,
Yeah.
like in the past.
Yeah. Did he die when the satellite fell? Is that what was happening?
I guess
Um,
so, yeah. Because this is the other thing, right? A Soviet satellite falls on New Rome,
yeah.
so it's like again, it's like this like lingering Cold War, particularly like
I thought that it was like Chekhov's failing satellite that was descending through. I thought this was going to be a real. It doesn't really. It happens. It falls on the city, and then they just move on. I thought that was going to be like, I thought it was going to crash into Megalopolis, and then it's like we have to create a society from anew without this this ideal that doesn't really exist. But that, I guess I was expecting.
Yeah, no, it's like it was like this satellite falling on and destroying large sections of New Rome in something that would be the equivalent of like 40 9/11s at least.
Yeah.
Is like treated like it's like the day Trump was assassinated, that like we or the day Trump was.
Whoa.
Oh, scrub the record. Scrub the record. Man, I really hope he doesn't get assassinated before this episode comes out. The FBI is going to show up at my door. But no, the day that Trump was almost assassinated, right? The day of the attempted assassination.
You have to be way more specific.
Well, the first one, right? Like no one can even remember when it was anymore, right? Yeah. It just kind of like, oh yeah, things just kept going on though. And I guess the sense is that like, was the idea that like he can really build Megalopolis now because like a bunch of land got destroyed? I got that indication. So fucked up.
It's very fucked up. Yeah.
It's just like, hey, maybe a bunch of people died, but now there's all this like empty space for Megalopolis.
that is essentially it. And all these people, what I could gather from the mob that was being corralled by Claudio is they're like, there's no housing. We don't have anything. Things keep getting worse. And it's like, that sort of feels valid with what I'm witnessing throughout this movie.
Yeah, so like the movie is about a guy who, in a city without housing, wants to build like like a weird CGI theme park. Not even theme park, just like place to go and think about the future. Like it literally is. It's just like it's the place where you're told like, come here and think about the future.
Yeah.
Such a weird idea. Like the future is you won't have to walk, and like instead of moving, your house gets bigger. We don't know how the fuck is that gonna work. Like just build a big ass house. Like, you know what I mean? Like a utopian vision would be like not having to worry about like that. We don't need a magical house. We just need like state intervention in regards to like rent and stuff, and like,
right.
Not allowing buildings to sit unoccupied and like, all sorts of things like this, right? Like,
yeah. But that's not the ideology. Nothing happens. It's just about you need to believe that things will happen. There is a plan. And
God, imagine thinking that there is a plan. It's crazy. But this is maybe what's radical about it is it's like I can't open myself up fully to its Emersonian musings of really believing in the future,
Yeah, maybe that is how radical it is that it opens more people up to like that idealism is a falsitude, that and how incoherent it truly is with any sort of critique. It just kind of shatters. So
what are also good places to like occupy and take up space in and think about the future? Like fucking anywhere. Like universities, fucking state houses, police stations. These are places that could be radically transformed in some sense to be places where we think about the future. You know what I mean? But instead it's like, no, I need to build a designated thinking about the future area.
Yes. Yeah. So
also, how hard is it though to, maintain this optimism when you're 85, right? Like it's like, you the amount of the future you need to be optimistic about is a lot less than mine, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Man. Jason
But yeah,
Schwartzman was in this
Megalopolis.
film. Just want
You
to
know,
throw.
dude, he's calling in the family favors, that's for sure.
Yep, yep. Oh,
But I do think it was like, it was like a crazy film on some levels. Like some of the shots where I was just like, whoa, this is insane. And then like
yeah.
that weird bit where like the screen gets really small and he's at the press conference, which I guess is where like if you go to some screenings, there's like an actor that says the line. Did you see that or did
And
you just see a
yeah, Devin. My Sunday matinee in like the middle of Washington State had a live actor for Megalopolis who was just there to perform for me and my wife.
Oh man. I mean, I didn't think so, but you never know.
Yeah, I'm guessing.
They weren't doing that in Marple, Pennsylvania either.
Okay.
Um, but I think it would be so funny if they like had hired someone to be at every single screening in like every single town and like the budget just to say the one line. That's so it's just a fucking crazy shit, man. He's operating at another level. It's like the cocaine of death, you know? Like
Yeah.
if cocaine was the drug that gave us like Apocalypse Now, like Francis Ford Coppola's impending death is the drug that gave us Megalopolis.
That's I agree with you, but it's also a very depressing outlook on on things.
So, is there anything else to talk about, or do we want to dust off our Shia LaBeoufs?
I think it's time to Shia LaBeouf.
All right. So, Ethan.
Oh, I want to say one more thing.
Yes. Yes.
Uh, do you know who Coppola described as the inspiration for the Caesar character?
Wasn't it some like Roman guy?
Well,
Like
okay.
Cataline conspiracy?
Yeah,
Or...
okay. Yeah, there's
Oh,
all
but
of
you're talking. There's a
that.
more contemporary person.
Yes.
Who is it?
He envisioned him as essentially Robert Moses.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, that's
Yeah.
fucked up.
And that sort of really drives home everything we've been saying about what's maybe going on here as he's
Yeah.
clearing out all these places to build his megalopolis. I don't know if
So it's
that's going to
like,
impact your Shia LaBeouf's, but food for
oof,
thought.
yeah, that's pretty rough. That's pretty rough. But
Yeah.
let's hand out these Shias.
Yes.
So Ethan, what do you got?
Well, I was led to believe that I would be giving this 17 Shia LaBeoufs. But I now have it, which would have been like extremely unacceptable, just beyond the pale. But I've now been told that actually I gave it 26 Shia LaBeoufs, which makes it not good, but acceptable.
Yeah. I'm giving this one very specific Shia LaBeouf, and that's Shia LaBeouf, born June 20, and that's Shia LaBeouf, born June 11th, 1986. The man Shia LaBeouf. Everything that he represents, I'm giving to this film because there's no film like Megalopolis, and there's no Shia LaBeouf like Shia LaBeouf. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, the purest, most concentrated shot of Shia is what I'm giving it. It's a singular film. Is it good? Is it bad? I don't really know. I loved watching it, is what I can say. Like, watching it unfold was an astounding experience. Not one I know I'm prepared to ever have again. I actually don't think because I think watching it at home might ruin it. I think like it has to be in the theater, in the mostly empty theater.
Yeah.
you know, to really hit as it's like the hubris of the whole thing. You know, like you could write our century's version of that Ozymandias poem, like, and it's like set in a screening of Megalopolis with like one person. You know?
Yeah. I came across a matinee showing in the desert.
Yeah. Yeah, and it said, "What do you think about my boner?" Man, what a film. Uh, well, I'm glad we got to check in about this, but we don't want to end it there because speaking of vain and foolhardy and megalomaniacal projects that one man insists upon forcing upon the populace, whether they want it or like it
Yeah.
or not. Ethan,
Yeah.
I believe you have a little bit of an announcement.
I forgot that I was going to announce this, so I thank you for reminding me. Uh, I made an album over a decade ago, and I was like, I need to revisit this, and have been
Yeah.
doing that for over a decade now, and so I was gonna do a 10th anniversary edition, whatever that means. It's where I like remaster it all.
Which is, by the
Um,
way, a very Coppola-esque thing for you to do because he's like constantly recutting his movies. Like that's part of what he's been doing the last 20 years in addition to making Megalopolis.
I got big Coppola vibes here. I didn't get around to doing it in a decade, but I also didn't get around to doing it 11 years after it. But I had already decided I was gonna call it um the 10th anniversary edition. So I decided to call it the 11th anniversary edition, but it is now technically 12 years since it came out. So it's called the
Yeah,
11th
yeah.
anniversary edition, but it is 12 years after it came out. And so these are some
I like the different layers of the joke here, right? Because like there's the initial joke of like, oh, it's 11 instead of 10, and you actually have like on the cover it looks like it's been like altered, right?
yes, yeah.
But then there's the additional layer of joke, which is kind of like when like they called the second Traveling Wilburys album Traveling Wilburys Volume 3 of just sort of like the lie of like, oh, and then the 11th anniversary edition is actually not the 11th anniversary edition.
Yes, absolutely. And I made a lot of these songs when I was in undergrad slash when I was teaching in rural Mississippi. So I had a whole lot of feelings as a young guy doing that. Um, and Devin, you're on the album multiple times, strumming them strings.
Absolutely. Yeah. I have like vague memories of doing so, right? I remember, it was a lot of us like sending stuff back and forth on the computer back then.
I think
Uh,
that I also visited at one point because it was the most like 2010, 2011 thing because I think you recorded your track and then I was like, hey, now that that's done, how would you like to watch The Big Lebowski and drink White Russians? The most like being
in my parents'
22 years old
basement,
in your
yeah.
parents'
Yeah.
basement. The most being a young white 22-year-old man.
Yeah. Then you just like there's a harsh cut to like a guy in like a boxy suit and he's like these two men would later go on to start a podcast. But the same thing doesn't have to happen to your sons. If you see your sons drinking White Russians and watching The Big Lebowski, it's not too late to intervene.
Yeah. So yeah, there's that album. I don't know what it means to
Awesome.
like release it because I'm not interested in really, running a profit on this thing. Probably any proceeds I do make will go towards printing James Cameron statues for our future live episode for the Oscars.
Mm-hmm.
So you can support that cause, I guess. If
Awesome. Well, we'll link that in the notes, obviously. So check out Ethan's music, and we'll end with a song from the album. I think this week. Ethan, what song do you want to end with?
Idle Hands. but it's spelled with an O, Idol. That's perfect for Megalopolis.
Oh yeah,
Idle hands,
definitely.
but spelled idle. Oh man, that's so
Yeah.
dumb. That's so perfect.
It's the Megalopolis of albums. And here we are with Idle Hands, and I'm on this one, right?
Yeah, you do guitar.
Cool. So you can hear my guitar playing of like 10, 11, 12 years ago as well. Thanks for joining as always. Check us out at Your Tall Pod on Twitter and Instagram. I'm at Stale Cooper. Ethan's at Mathisippy. And as always,
What do you think about my boner?
We're stuffed into our classrooms, learn all about our history. Of all the past mistakes for us properly